Hi, this is Kemi here, and I'm doing this short tutorial on the beginning of your book. On the beginning, of your book. The beginning of the book is very important. I think we cannot overstate that, overemphasize that it is very important, the beginning of your book, because if you do not write the beginning of your book, if it's not well written, if it is floppy, or if it is sad, or if it is not well written, essentially, your readers are not going to they're not going to read it. And once they start picking the book and they see the beginning and it's not well or not professionally written, or if it is just you mumbling, and they're just going to drop your book, no matter how intriguing or how interesting it is, and no matter what message you're trying to pass across, and no matter how powerful it is, it's not going to be written, it's not going to be read. So it's very important to write your book. And one advice I normally write, you see at the background here, there's something that says rewrite the beginning, and that's the advice I normally give writers, is that you should rewrite the beginning of your book. Okay, it is no matter how good you think your book is, you go back to the beginning and you rewrite it. Okay, and I'm talking about, you go through every line, you go through every sentence, every word, every choice of word, and you just change it and fix it until you are gotten to the point where you are satisfied that the beginning of your book is good enough. So you don't stop until you get to that point. And one thing that is important also is that you don't hold the best until later. Don't hold it back until later. I call it, put your best foot forward, you know. So you put your best foot, you put it forward. You write the best that you know how to write at the beginning of your book, so that you cannot overemphasize that, like I said earlier. And how do you start your book? I normally say you start your book with a bang. You start it in a way that you make it dramatic. Okay, you give it a dramatic beginning. Now, a dramatic beginning does not mean that you should go over the top. It just means that you should start with something that will spark the interest of your ideal readers, you know. So it's going to be like something life-changing. It may be something life-changing. Okay, so talking about being dramatic, it may be life-changing. It can be something, a touch of danger. It may be something about love, a touch of danger. It may be something about it can be something about love, like I said. It can be something about love. It can be something about friendship. It can be something maybe like a loss or something of that nature, you know. I mean, that's but make it dramatic. Okay, something that will spark the interest of your readers. So if your readers are kids, you know what you write. You ask yourself what will interest children, and that is what you put at the beginning of your book. So you write something that when that you're starting with a bang, you're making it dramatic, and something that will spark the interest of your book. Make it as intriguing as you can make it as possible. And like I said, you're not going to be hiding the most important information from your audience. You want them to read your book, you know, so you have to put the nicest stuff to the front. It may also be a good time to introduce your main characters at the beginning of your book. okay, I'll just write main characters. So it can be main character, it can be one, or it can be more than one. So it may be a good time to introduce your main characters. And when you're introducing them, you tell us, you try to tell us something about them. Don't just say that that's faithful. No, you ever use faithful when you're starting your book. Not say on a faithful morning or a faithful day. No, but just saying, you can say something like Taiwo went to the market. So you're trying to tell us about Taiwo going to the market and meeting Kenny, and they were having a conversation. So you know Taiwo, you've known your Taiwo and your Kenny before writing your book. So we have no idea of who Taiwo or who Kenny is, and so it's your responsibility to give us a backstory, you know. So you can tell us that Taiwo, maybe who is Taiwo? Maybe you can talk about his job. Maybe he's a teacher, an office worker, or somebody who is a driver, or someone who is a sports or lifestyle coach or something. So it's already kind of set that idea in your reader's mind that, okay, this is the kind of person that Taiwo is. Is he a kid? Is he a teenager? Is he an adult? Maybe maybe the person's name is she, you know. So tell us a little about that person. So you're giving us a backstory. Don't start with his side. No. Don't tell us whether they sigh or whether they don't sigh at the beginning of your book. Don't tell us whether they are thinking or not thinking. You know, just tell us something that is very clear and very practical at the beginning of your book. Okay, so introduce your main characters, and also you set the mood for your book. And by mood we mean the temperature, okay, for your book at that beginning of your book. So your readers know that, okay, they are in for this. You see, they know what they are in for. If it is something about a soccer match, you start with a soccer match, boom, and then your reader already have that feeling, okay, there is a soccer match. So your ideal audience are those that love soccer. They want to know what is going on then. Or you telling us something about people who are supposed to be friends or lovers, but are having an issue, and you read that at the beginning of your book. It catches your attention, the attention of your readers immediately, and then it gives them that feeling, that sense of interest or attraction immediately. I think I like using you know, so it's you're creating that mood, you know, you're creating that ambience, that temperature for your book already from the very start of your book. And it is also I think, to do these two things. That is one, to keep your I mean, you're starting your book with the bank and everything, and then you will shoot up the stakes, you see, to up the stakes immediately. Okay, so as soon as you are finished with the beginning of your book, your second chapter should not be now floppy, just chapter floppy. No, you should just make sure that you up the stakes immediately. As soon as you're telling us about this thing, tell us what happens next, and what happens next, and what happens next. So by the time your readers are settling with one idea, they're already climbing with the second one. And as soon as they are settling with that, there's like already a third thing going on, like immediately. And that is one. Secondly, is that you should maintain that tone. See, I mean, you maintain that tone. I mean, don't give us this idea of a very good, intriguing, or amazing book, and then you drop it by the second or third chapter. It's very disappointing, and it's going to get your readers angry, and they're going to leave a negative review because they are irritated, they are angry. And that's the thing. So you keep it up. When you start like that in a dramatic way, you up the stakes immediately, and you maintain it. I like to use one of my books as an example. I think I'm just going to do another video just now, another tutorial just now, because I like to use this book, A New Day, as an example of how to start your book, because I think it's kind of practical and it's very straight to the point. So I think I'll do another tutorial just now to show you a practical example of how to start your book. In the meantime, you should make good choices, please, and have a blessed day further.